Welcome to This Explainer. Look, today we're taking a full 29-minute masterclass on building a totally private, absolutely free, and kind of magical local AI using Hermes, and we're boiling it down to just the absolute core fundamentals. If you've ever wanted an AI that doesn't just sit there waiting for a chat, but actually grinds away in the background while you're literally asleep, well, you're exactly where you need to be. Let's get right into it. We've got a real zero to hero journey mapped out for us today. We're going to hit hardware and setup, dive into tools and integrations, talk about teaching your agent actual skills, automating with cron jobs, break down the 4 tiers of memory, and finally unleash local multi-agent power. All right, section 1, hardware and setup. Let's figure out where this Hermes agent is actually going to live and breathe. You really don't have to break the bank to run a powerhouse agent. You've basically got 4 solid options here. If you want pure power, a dedicated machine like a Mac Studio with 64 gigs of RAM is just incredible for running heavy local models. But hey, on a budget, no problem at all. Just rent a virtual private server for like $5 a month and boom, you've got cheap 24/7 uptime. You could even wipe an old laptop that's got 16 gigs of RAM sitting in your closet. And look, if you absolutely have to use your daily personal PC, you can totally do it for free. Just make sure you run it inside a Docker container. That basically creates a secure little sandbox so your brand new AI doesn't go completely bananas on your personal files. So once you've got your hardware sorted, the actual installation is incredibly easy. You can run it through the terminal, or if you're more of a visual person, just grab the desktop app. From there, you can easily plug in APIs, like a news portal subscription, to tap into hundreds of data models. Oh, and here is a massive pro tip for you. When Hermes asks for your user bio so it actually knows who it's talking to, do not waste time typing that out manually. Just pop over to another AI, like Claude, ask it to summarize what it already knows about you, and just paste that straight into Hermes. Super quick. Moving on to section 2, tools and integrations. This is the moment we stop just chatting with our AI and start giving it actual hands to interact with the real world. Out of the box, Hermes comes packed with native tools for web searching, generating images, and even browser automation. But honestly, its real superpower shines when you look at integrations and MCPs. You can hook it directly into the messaging apps you already use, like Discord, Telegram, or WhatsApp for your daily alerts. And for the really heavy lifting, you can use MCPs, which stands for Model Context Protocols, to connect to incredible apps like NotebookLM. That lets you automatically synthesize deep research or even crank out audio podcasts. Okay, section 3, teaching your agent skills. We're stepping up from basic tools to custom skills, which is literally the exact feature that made Hermes famous in the first place. So what exactly is a skill in this context? Think of it like handing your AI a highly specific, customized instruction manual for completing a task. Instead of typing out a massive prompt from scratch every single time, a skill lets your agent actively learn your unique workflows. It gets smarter and way more efficient every single time you use it. To put into perspective just how powerful this is, let's look at the custom business idea evaluator skill from our source material. Rather than just asking the AI, hey, is this a good idea? This skill forces the agent to strictly score new ideas from 1 to 10 based on very specific bootstrap lifestyle criteria, like 0 VC funding allowed, period. When fed an idea for a personalized AI learning app, Hermes uses this exact skill to instantly map the competitive landscape, apply those strict criteria, and spit back a glowing 9.2 out of 10. Now for section 4, automating with cron jobs. Because if skills are your AI's expertise, cron jobs are basically its heartbeat, its circadian rhythm. If you're not familiar, cron jobs are just scheduled tasks that run totally automatically, no clicking required. Just imagine having your agent quietly compile and summarize all your chaotic Apple notes at the end of every week, or setting it to run nightly system health checks on your local models while you sleep. You can even set a cron job for, say, 11 p.m. every night, where it researches your specific niche interests, compiles a brief, and generates a fresh audio file so you have a custom news podcast waiting for you the second you wake up. How cool is that? Which brings us to section 5, the 4 tiers of memory. Because for an AI to truly grow alongside you, it needs a serious brain. Look, if you've ever been super frustrated by an AI just forgetting things or bogging down, pay close attention to this. Tier 1 keeps the agent incredibly snappy by relying on just 3 very brief core markdown files: memory, user, and soul. Simple. Now, if it needs to recall an older conversation, it drops down to Tier 2, searching its archived session logs using a super lightweight SQLite database. Need to go deeper? Tier 3 brings in an external plugin called Honcho, which actually tracks your implicit behavioral patterns over time. And finally, Tier 4. This is where the real magic happens. This is linking your agent to an Obsidian second brain, effectively giving it a permanent searchable vault for literally all of your projects. Having this fourth level, this Obsidian second brain, is absolutely crucial as your workload scales up. Because your agent can now read and write directly to this permanent vault, the possibilities are wild. For instance, if you previously saved a product requirements document for a food tracker app into Obsidian months ago, you can just ask Hermes to pull up that specific document and immediately generate a 60-minute MVP build plan based on it. It completely transforms your AI from a simple chatbot into a true, long-term collaborative partner. And finally, Section 6, Local Multi-Agent Power. The big question here is, how do we fuel all of this crazy automation in memory without absolutely bankrupting ourselves on API fees? The absolute game changer here is understanding the difference between cloud and local models. Look, cloud models from the big tech giants are undeniably powerful, but they come with a catch: expensive monthly subscriptions, super strict rate limits, and frankly, your private data is leaving your machine. But by using tools like Llama or Llama CPP, you can run massive local open source models like QN 3.635B right on your own hardware. The result? Your AI is 100% free, forever, and entirely private. Nobody is looking over your shoulder. And with a free local model acting as the central brain, you suddenly don't have to stress about the cost of tokens anymore. That means you can confidently spawn a multi-agent framework. We're talking about orchestrating an entire team of AI agents to build actual software for you. You can communicate with them and coordinate the whole thing directly inside a Discord channel or through a visual dashboard like a Hermes compound board. Let's see how all this comes together into something spectacular. Imagine prompting Hermes in Discord to draft up a spec for a desktop visual Pomodoro timer. Instantly, your primary agent gets to work writing the actual code and pings you in Discord the second the build is successful. Meanwhile, because this is a multi-agent system, you can simultaneously tell a secondary agent to go tweak the app's UI colors to pastels. And they're doing this in parallel. Oh, and the best part? That final completed app is hard-coded to log your finished focus timers straight back into your Obsidian second brain. It's just a beautiful closed-loop system. So there you have it. You now understand the core fundamentals: hardware, tools, custom skills, cron jobs, 4-tier memory, and totally free multi-agent orchestration. You literally hold the keys to a private digital workforce that never, ever sleeps. So the only question left for you is, when you wake up tomorrow morning, what are you going to have your AI built for you?